Hi, everyone. Welcome back to our podcast. Call me after.
Hey,
Hi, Dee. How are you?
good. How are you?
Good. Had a pretty traumatic week this week.
Yeah, you want to tell them what happened?
So basically, what day was it? Friday. We went to this house that we film at, and I let Sky outside like we normally do. And she went to this corner of the backyard that I feel like she goes to quite often, but she just kind of sniffs around there, whatever. She comes out of that corner, mouth had a mouse in it. Or she literally had a mouse in her mouth. Like, I saw the legs and the arms, and oh my gosh, it was the grossest thing. She fully ate a whole mouse.
Yeah, Emily just like screamed, "Sky, no!" And I was just like ran outside to see what was happening, and I couldn't see like the mouse in her mouth, but I could see her like just crunching on something.
Oh my god, like I'm traumatized. Like the appearance of I saw like one of those they have these weird like long spiny tails. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
And it was just like dangling out of her mouth.
Oh,
It was like actually the most traumatizing thing to see, and she just swallowed it whole, the whole thing in her mouth. We were supposed to film that day, but I ended up having to take her to the emergency vet because I called like our vet, and they were kind of like, it's definitely better to take her because you don't know if the rat could have been like poisoned, and like then she's ingesting that poison. And then I called the emergency vet, and they were like, oh, it's probably gonna take 2 hours if she's in stable condition. I'm like, oh my god. I called another vet, like an urgent care vet, and they were like, oh, you could take her in, we could work on her while you wait. And I was like, perfect. So I drove like 30 minutes to take her to the emergency vet. They made her vomit, which I felt so bad. I didn't see any of this, by the way, but they made her vomit, right? They come out, the vet comes out and goes, no mouse in sight. I go, I saw her eat it full thing in her mouth, swallowed it. Like she didn't leave a particle out, like, you know? So I tell the vet, I go, well, she ate it. Like she kind of was like, no mouse in sight, as in, are you sure she ate it? I go, yeah, I'm positive she ate it. So she said, okay, we can try again. I felt so bad though. Just thinking about her like getting forced to throw up was like the saddest thing. But they did it again. Still no mouse in sight. Where did this mouse go?
dude. And like we were actually actively looking at her stool, let's call it.
Yeah.
And we didn't see any digested mouse or
Just
anything.
like some mucus in her stool, kind of, which is like her digestive bones. Like she digested the bones, I guess.
Yeah.
But the vet just kind of said, like, watch out for this and that. Like, though, if there's poison, like the poop should look like this. I don't know. Nothing.
But I'm definitely glad like everything worked out and she's okay, you know, because there's definitely been worse situations than that. And I feel like dogs just eat anything, bro.
I
Like,
know, and you just never know. Like, she could have eaten something before, and like we just didn't know. But she's a tank. Like, she just ate it all and digested it like so fast. Like, it clearly was like already digested. That's why she didn't throw it up, right?
yeah, I just feel like you're right. She is a tank, and anything she eats, like, she'll be okay. I feel like she had some crazy stuff before, and she was chilling.
Yeah, she ate like a full Domino's pizza once. Do you remember that?
I think so,
And
yeah.
when she was a puppy, so she was
And
like
I was like-
small.
And I was like, "Did you eat this pizza?"
We were trying to wrap our brain like if you ate it and you just forgot, but no, it was fully her. Ate a full pizza. I think 4th of July she got a hold of like a whole pack of like hamburger buns.
Yeah, and guys, we're not bad dog parents, okay?
We're not.
She's just really sneaky.
And she's tall, like she gets on the counter. She normally doesn't eat things. I think it was just they were there and she was like, this is easy access.
Yeah, no, and that's been like a while ago too. I feel like she hasn't been eating anything.
She doesn't, yeah. This past 4th of July, she ate the buns, but before that, she hadn't eaten anything probably since that pizza.
Yeah, and obviously this rat. So I feel
There's
like
a
now,
rat, but like, I don't know. Sky is not a hunter, so I know that the rat was already dead. And that was also like another concern for these vets. They were like, well, if it's already dead, that's kind of alarming that it could have been like poisoned. So, but she's not a hunter. Like one time she, like, remember the possum?
yeah,
She like went after a possum and they played dead, obviously. And Sky literally was sitting next to the possum would not leave the possum side. She actually thought she killed this possum. Like, she was heartbroken.
Yeah, I remember she was so sad.
She was like, actually had like post depression. Like,
Yeah.
for the whole next day, she was like so sad. She kept going over there and like looking for it. She was like, dude, like.
And she was just really tired. She was just napping the whole day.
That was the saddest thing ever. My poor girl.
But yeah, I'm very interested in your guys' dog stories as well. Like, make sure you DM us some funny dog stories you guys have. I'd love to read some out in the next episode.
We should do a full just like dog video. Please. But yeah, that was basically what happened to me on Friday. And it's so funny because Thursday I had such like a bad, exhausting day, and then Friday I like washed my hair, like I put on makeup, and I was like, I'm so excited to film. Get to the house, immediately had to leave.
Yeah, I just feel like sometimes like we have those weeks where things just don't work out.
Yeah.
You know? But everything's good in the end, thankfully. So grateful for that.
Me and Sky took a little nap when we got back. It was a nice day.
Little side note, I'm too excited to talk about this, but if you're watching on YouTube, you could tell we changed it up a little bit.
A little set change.
You'll
Let us
see
know what you guys think.
We're just putting our finishing touches on it, but
we're admiring it. Yeah, we definitely want to add some like artwork, I would say. We don't really know how, just because there's curtains above on top of the curtains. I feel like through them. I don't know. We'll figure it out.
Yeah, if you guys have any suggestions as well, also DM us.
Yeah, but if you hate it, don't tell us.
Yeah, we don't need to hear that.
We don't want to know. I think it's cute. It gives like a vintage vibe. It's definitely like girly, but sorry.
That's fine.
So we thought we would introduce like a segment, like some segments. You know, we're getting our feet into this podcast thing. We want to have some segments. So I want to kind of do this segment called "What Did You Want to Call Me About This Week?" So basically, it's kind of a recap of one thing that happened in your week, good or bad. And we're going to ask Adi's going to ask me. And then if we have guests, we're going to ask them. But what did you want to call me about this week? Did you think about this ahead of time, or am I catching you off guard because you forgot about this segment?
No, I actually do remember. And it's crazy. I wish I would have called you earlier.
Another thing it's going to be difficult is because we tell each other everything because we live together and we're with each other 24/7. So I'm going to pretend if I didn't hear the story.
Yeah, so essentially this guy I used to be friends with.
Yeah.
He just texted me out of nowhere. We haven't talked in a while. Like, some shady stuff happened between us. Like, obviously not on my end, but
He's like, I'm an angel.
But yeah, so that was kind of the reasoning for our falling out. But I would say we were still very chill, very cool, very civil. Mm-hmm. And then randomly texts me. If you guys don't know, I'm a content creator on social media. I don't like to consider myself like an influencer because
You're a content creator.
I'm a content creator, but I don't know if you guys cringed out by a second. Anyways, he texts me because we used to work on Snapchat together. And if you're watching this, bro, no, you're probably not, but who cares? But yeah, bro, you're weird. He essentially just texted me saying, hey, I'm going to copy all of your content and distribute it to other creators like this, my style of content, so that I can profit off them and they can make Snapchat stories.
That's just insane. Like, who says that? Oh, just so you know, like, you're doing great on this, so I'm going to copy it exactly just so I can get paid.
It really shocked me because, first of all, like, I just didn't suspect he was that type of person. And second of all, like, why? Like, I guess he was trying to be courteous, but why are you telling me that? That's so hurtful to me. Like,
yeah.
Do you know how much time and effort and energy I put into my content? Like, yeah, the content game, like, isn't all original, but a lot of my content is, like, original twist for sure. But, like,
well, clearly he knows it's original.
Yeah, he was reaching out to me.
That's why he's telling you that he's copying you, is because he's like, well, this is going to look suspicious because this is literally Adi's content and I'm doing it.
Yeah, and if you know this space or if you don't know the space, there's not a lot of people doing my type of content too. So the thing is like my content performs really well on Snapchat. So it was specifically Snapchat he was talking about, but I just thought it was going to be terrible because now all of Snapchat Spotlight, everything going to be flooded with my type of content. I don't know. No. It really kind of pissed me off, but also I shouldn't let it get to me. I also took it kind of as a compliment.
Yeah,
because,
for sure.
I'm doing good, but it's also like you're my Oh, I thought you were my friend.
It's just like uncomfortable position. I would say like copying to an extent is like a form of flattery, but I kind of hate when everyone says like, oh, well, if they're copying you, it's a form of flattery. But like, it's kind of not at the same time. It's like you're stealing my original ideas because you can't come up with anything on your own. Like,
Yeah, and it's completely fine, like taking an idea and putting your own twist on it and switching it up, but getting inspired by those ideas. And that's like sometimes what I do. I see a video does really well for someone, I'll be like, this is a great idea. Wish I thought of this sooner. But like, yeah, I'm gonna put my own twist on it. It's gonna be different than what it was.
yeah,
But it's also hard because a lot of times, like, this world is so saturated with content. So
true.
a lot of things have been done already, but it's just crazy because this is a friend that we essentially brought into the creator space. And then kind of crazy how like tables turn and he does
So
this.
weird.
But yeah, that's just a little tea, a little insight.
Yeah, I personally don't like copying. Like, I don't know. I've never been big on copy. I feel like I've been copied my entire life, like just by friends. And it's just like cringes me out.
Yeah, let me know what you guys think about. I'm just like telling them, just talk to me, please.
Yeah, there's one thing about like getting inspiration by your friends, I would say. Like I have a really good friend. She has such an original style than me. Like our styles are actually so different, but I can still like we'll still buy similar things because we just style in a completely different way. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, and it's like
It's like
that's
content style
yeah,
too.
but it's just crazy because he literally texted me like, "Hey, just wanted to let you know I'm copying your style, like word for word." It was crazy.
He was like, "Oh, you need me to like sign something?"
I was
Like
like,
he was so confused why he was reaching out. And he was like, "No, like just letting you know."
yeah, I was like, "Do you want to like partner up on this or something?" And he was just like, "Nah,
Just like want to give you a
just
heads up.
yeah, just informing you."
So what did I want to call you about?
I don't know.
You're supposed to ask me.
Oh, got you. So, what did you want to call me about this week?
Okay, so this is actually fresh, but they announced the Dancing with the Stars cast. And if you don't know, I like love Dancing with the Stars. I've watched Dancing with the Stars since I was little with my mom. And it's my favorite thing. I've always wanted to be on the show. So maybe one day I'll be super famous and they'll ask me to be on the show. But they announced the cast. And I just want to go over like a few of the people. I think they're kind of an interesting cast. I'll pull up the full cast on my phone.
Yeah, and this is my first time hearing this, and I usually watch Dancing with the Stars, so
With me.
with Emily, so we'll see if I know anyone.
Yeah, you actually might. Okay. So the first one, Danny Amendola, you don't know him, but he's like, I was trying to tell you about him earlier. He played with Tom Brady. He's like a very good looking guy. Like people were like obsessed with him. He was in the roast. We watched the Tom Brady roast. So he's just like a 2-time Super Bowl champ, like, that vibe.
That's cool.
Yeah, pretty cool. Anna Delvey, which I think is so funny. So she's basically a criminal. Like that Anna Delvey.
That's a Netflix show, right?
Yes, it's about her real life.
Oh, so it's the real Anna Delvey.
It's the real Anna Delvey.
I think that's so crazy how like criminals get turned into movies or shows.
Like
and,
that one girl. What's her name?
oh, the one that murdered her mom?
Yes. What's her name?
I swear it's on the tip of my
It's
tongue.
on the tip of my Ruby? No.
Nah. Rosie? No.
Rosie.
Gypsy Rose.
Nailed it. Yeah,
Yeah,
dude.
she's a full influencer.
I'm like, dude, did we forget? Like she
got blood on her hands.
I know. It's just like a little weird to me. I don't know. Anna Delvey was like a socialite.
She was just a scammer, right?
She's a scammer. But she in the trailer, she has the ankle probation. Is it
the ankle monitor?
Ankle monitor on her ankle.
For house arrest.
I'm like, she shouldn't be there. Like
they got her parole officer there watching her.
Insane. But I'm excited to see her like dance. I wonder if she's good. Joey from The Bachelor.
Oh, okay.
He's gonna be on it, which I'm excited because he has a really good partner. I like his partner. Her name's Jenna. She's like so good. Dwight Howard.
No way.
Wait.
That's hilarious.
That's actually so funny. Is he still playing?
I think he's playing like overseas.
Oh,
I think
then.
last time it was either Taiwan or Thailand that he was playing.
Oh, so he's just like not good anymore.
I mean, he's still good, but I wouldn't say he's like comparable to the big guys now in the league. But he's definitely like still a really dominant player, I would say.
That's crazy that he's on it
That
though.
is really crazy.
Chandler Kinney, she's from the new like Pretty Little Liars. I don't really know who she is. She's
There's a
young.
new Pretty Little Liars.
Yeah, I didn't hear like great things.
That's crazy. I used to watch Pretty Little Liars.
I kind of want to. No, did you watch it all the way through? Because I
I
think we
watched
should.
it all the way.
No, you didn't.
Swear.
Who's A?
There's multiple A's.
You actually watched it all the way
Yeah.
through. When did it end?
But isn't A? I forgot her name, but
Spencer?
Mo-
Mona? No. See,
Mona's-
you didn't watch it.
no, because you're
No,
right.
no.
Because I thought it was like we don't have to get into it. Let's
Can we
just-
watch it? I feel
I'm
like it's
down
good.
during Halloween.
Yes. Let's start it now. Okay.
Okay, I'm down.
Iona or Alana Maher. She's the rugby player.
Oh, she's so funny.
She's tough. I love that.
That's gonna be
there.
that's gonna be awesome.
Mhm.
Yeah, I'm actually gonna watch Loki.
Brooks Nader. She's a Sports Illustrated model. She's stunning.
I don't know who that is.
Stephen Nedorosik. He's the gymnast. The pommel horse. He went viral on TikTok.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
He's gonna be cool. I feel like that'll be cool to see.
Yeah, he went super viral.
Phaedra Parks. She's from Real Housewives of Atlanta.
I don't know who that is.
Yeah, I don't really know either. Eric Roberts. His famous sister Julia Roberts and daughter Emma Roberts.
Julia Roberts' brother.
I guess
That's
so. He
crazy.
looks really familiar. He was in The Dark Knight.
Oh, really?
You probably look.
I don't know who that. I don't know.
He looks like he was like a villain in The Dark Knight. Not sure. Tori Spelling. She was in 90210. Didn't you watch
Can you
90210?
show me a picture?
Well, this is a picture of her older, so I don't know if you would recognize her.
Like the original 90210?
Mm-hmm. Beverly Hills.
Yeah, I didn't watch that.
Oh. What other 90210 is there?
There's like the original old one, and then there's like the new one that I watched, the one I've been telling you to watch, but you don't want to watch it.
Is this not the original? I mean, not the new one? I guess not, yeah. And then they added Jen Tran, who's the Bachelorette. And I was telling you about her, how I didn't watch the season of The Bachelorette, but apparently they got engaged and then he ended it with her right after and then followed Maria from the last season, who was like, everyone wanted her to be the Bachelorette. And Jen was very insecure about that, I guess, because she felt like everyone signed up thinking it was going to be Maria, but it ended up being her. And they got engaged and then they broke up. He broke it up and then followed Maria day after. And they made her sit next to him at the finale to watch their engagement when everyone knows they're not together anymore. And she's like sobbing. So they added her, I think, as like, we feel bad.
Nah, that's traumatizing. Can you imagine on live TV? That's crazy.
She was like crying so hard she couldn't speak. Like, it was actually so sad. I can't. Reginald Bell Johnson, he's like from Family Matters. I've never seen that show. But that's the cast.
That's awesome.
Yeah, I'm excited. I don't know any top contenders in this because normally you can be like, oh, they've danced before, but I don't really know.
Yeah, you're right. Because I feel like in the past few years, they've been adding a lot more like people that have not professional dancing experience, but definitely like dancing experience. So it
Yeah.
kind of makes it really hard for all the people that don't have dancing experience. But now I feel like it's very fair game.
I feel like this Pretty Little Liar star, I feel like child actors always have like
Yeah.
dance backgrounds.
That or like singing or something.
Yeah, so I feel like she could be a top contender. Maybe Joey. I don't know. He's like a tennis player. Maybe he can like dance.
I feel like I don't know. I'm not going to say too much, but I'm excited to see it.
The gymnast, Stephen, I feel like he's going to be really stiff. Because he does pommel horse. Like, he has to be so stiff.
Yeah, that's going to be hard for him, I feel.
Yeah, so I don't really know about him. And
Unless he's a
then-
dancer at heart. You don't know if he just grew up dancing.
But he only does pommel horse. He doesn't even do, like, any other event. Yeah.
I feel.
Jen Tran, she's, like, cute. Like, maybe she dances a little bit, you know?
Yeah.
I feel like she could probably get down. But, yeah, that was a little cast. I'm excited to watch. I don't really even know when it airs, but it's always just so fun. And they do themes, like, when it's Halloween. Like,
Yeah.
but, yeah.
I love Halloween.
Yours is Halloween your favorite holiday?
I think so. Just like have the best memories.
Aw, what are we gonna be for Halloween?
That's a good question. You know what I was thinking? We could be Sky and Emily, and I could be Sky.
And I'll be Emily. Perfect. No, I was thinking we could do something like bridal.
Bro makes bridal her whole personality.
No, like I could be like a corpse bride.
Oh, okay. And I'll be like a Jack Skellington.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Dude, being a bride is actually becoming my whole personality.
That's fine, because at the end of the day, like, you only have like a year.
We only have a year. Like, we don't want to give away like too much, but
No, but I'm saying, like, you have like a year or two to enjoy it.
Dude, but honestly, wedding planning has been taking over my entire life. Like, Adie's been working a lot, so like he hasn't been really in it with me, and I don't want to bring him down into this because it is a dark hole that I'm going in right now. Like, guys, the venue process to get a venue, every single day, I get about 10 different quotes. Oh my gosh, like it's literally like this is how much this is going to be with the bar, and it's so much money actually. Like I don't know how people have weddings.
No, I actually have no idea how some people have weddings. And also my thing is this. I hate how you're like, "Oh, this venue, it's not going to be that expensive." And then they hit you with a $70,000 price tag. And you're like, "Bro, I can literally rent this venue with actual like flowers. It's giving like Italy for like $6,000, $8,000. But if you guys don't know where it really adds up, food and drink.
Food and drink.
But also, if the venue doesn't have flowers and chairs and tables,
no, it's the rent. It's the furniture.
Yeah, so it's like you kind of need to find a venue that already has that, because if you pay, let's just say like 10K just for the venue, you're gonna have to pay another 50K on top. You know.
It's actually insane. I'm so jealous of people who live in like the middle of America and have these huge backyards and fields, because I would do anything for just to like have a big
like
field.
A grass field.
Yeah. Yeah, literally just a grass field. That's all I would need. Oh my gosh. I'm like, I see now my whole TikTok for you page is weddings.
Oh, I don't doubt it.
Like it's kind of getting overwhelming where I can't really even go on TikTok anymore when I'm overwhelmed.
Because you're getting stressed.
Yes, because it's like this girl is saying 10 things she regrets not doing at her wedding. This girl's saying 10 things she regrets doing at her wedding. This girl says this is chuggy, don't do this. And I'm just getting so many different opinions just like hit at me from every direction. And like I already have my own opinions on different things like I want to do at our wedding. But then I'm like getting information from Rebecca, and then
it's always
Jessica.
good to get like tips and tricks from people that have done it before, obviously.
Yeah, for sure.
But it's very overwhelming for sure. Like I've seen some of the TikToks she's shown me.
Yeah, things just add up. Like it's insane. But I have a very specific vision and venue that I'm looking for. And it's so funny. I found this one venue that I absolutely love, and I showed it to Dean. He was like, "It's all right." I'm like, learn to love it, because I actually started crying when I saw this venue. So, but he doesn't really have a lot of preference. What kind of vibe are you going for?
No, I don't really have a lot of preference either. I just want it to be like timeless.
Yeah. And the venue that I really like is timeless, I would say.
And I do want like good amount of flowers and stuff, so that venue does have it. But
so we don't have to spend on flowers.
Yeah, because flowers are so expensive, and it's like just gonna last like 2 days.
I know. It's stressful.
I don't know how wedding planners do it either. Like imagine I guess it's like not as stressful because it's not you, but it's still stressful because it all relies on you as a wedding planner.
No, it's stressful because they get a budget from the client, and so they still have a budget. Like sometimes it's easier when the client's budget is like 200K.
Oh, obviously, but also it's like imagine just like I feel like every single wedding day is just so stressful. Like that energy is just in the air. You know?
I know. Well, I feel like it's like once you get walking down the aisle, then the stress is gone. But it's like leading up, especially for a girl, because like I'm getting ready, and then I have like my mom who needs to get ready, my sister, like bridesmaids, like they all need to get ready with me. But then the men, they just like show up and they get dressed.
Show up drunk.
They steam their clothes, like, and then they're good to go. Take some pics. But yeah, I'm excited to book the venue, and then I'll be a little more at ease, I would say.
Yeah, and I feel like we're gonna do that in the
within
next
the.
2 months.
I'm trying to book it within the month.
Yeah, but don't we need to go tour it?
Yeah, we can tour it within this month.
But what if we tour and we don't like
Then,
it?
then I'm stressed.
Back to square one.
Back to square one. So yeah, that's what I've been going through this week. Calls with venues, with wedding planners, but I'm excited.
Yeah, I'm really, really, really excited. I honestly can't wait. I can't wait for like all the festivities.
I know. I'm like, should we just have a shorter engagement? No. I'm kidding. No, everyone says like enjoy your engagement. So
Yeah, we're enjoying it.
yeah. So the next segment that I want to introduce, it's gonna be kind of the end of each of our episodes. I would say it's called Call In. So basically, if you want to follow our Instagram, Call Me After podcast, it's the Instagram. I'm going to be putting each week a kind of message box, I would say. And whatever you need advice on, whether it's relationship advice, friendship advice, family advice, job advice, roommate advice, literally anything you could think of, message us in there. And I'll probably pick 2 or 3 each episode and we'll give our little 2 cents.
Yeah, we'll try and make it like as relatable to everyone as well, but we really want to get closer with you guys and help you guys because we feel like we have a lot of experience and we'd love to share that with you.
So I posted a message box yesterday, so let's get into it. Can't relate to your friends anymore because they're in a long-term relationship and you're not. Wow, I actually feel very strongly on this topic, I would say.
I feel like a lot of people can relate to this.
Yeah, because something about relationships, I would say, in friendships is it's really good to have friends in your same life stage. Doesn't mean you can't have friends not in your life stage. So doesn't mean you can't be friends with these people because they're in a long-term relationship. You just have a different friendship with them than maybe people that aren't in a long-term relationship. So my advice would be, if those are your only friends, I would look for more friends. I would look for friends who you can relate to and like who are single or are just dating around, and like it's just good to have people in all types of life stages in your friendship.
Yeah, I agree, but I feel like that's a lot easier said than done,
Yeah, for sure. But I would say like it's most people, their only friends aren't the ones in those long-term relationships. Like I have friends in different life stages, and like those people, they have friends that like if I wasn't with you, I know who I could hang out with and they would have friends that they could bring in too. Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah. I just feel like this problem varies in multiple ways just because like they could be the fact that their single friend wants to go out and like meet other single people and that long-term friend like doesn't want to do that because they're a faithful person, or it could be like because that friend is like a best friend and now they're kind of felt like second to that long-term relationship, because you're always going to put that long-term relationship first. So I feel like it's really just kind of getting to the root of it and figuring out like what that problem is. And if it's because, you haven't been prioritizing your best friend as much, then try and prioritize them. Or if it's because that single friend just wants to go out and party all the time, you kind of got to let them know like, hey, I'll go sometimes, but I'm not going to go every weekend like to the club. I'd rather just hang out with my boyfriend, girlfriend, whatever it is.
Yeah, I feel like finding things that you kind of both can enjoy, whether it's like you love movies and that's your activity that you guys do, but sometimes like you said, like a single friend wants to go out and like mingle, whereas like I, being in a long-term relationship, that's not really what I like to do. But I would say also a common ground is if you're the friend not in the long-term relationship, inviting your long-term relationship friend and another long-term relationship friend, but also you having a friend that's single. So then you guys can all go out together, but you and your other single friend can mingle and stuff and regroup with those relationship friends. But at least they have each other, you guys have each other, and you just find common ground. Like I get the not relating aspect of it. It's just a part of life, I guess. It's just, like I said, you just need friends also in your same life stage to kind of balance it out.
Yeah, for sure.
Okay, someone asked, this is more of just like a personal question. Do you think the ages both of you are is the right age to be engaged?
I think so. Just because everyone has different opinions. You know, some people will say we're old and some people will say we're young. But I feel like it really depends on your relationship and how ready you feel, because I was ready and Emily has been ready, like, so we knew that this is something that we wanted, and we've been together since high school for almost 7 years, and we're not really trying to be like engaged 10 years, you know. That wasn't really my plan. I never wanted to date for so long. It was always date to marry.
Mhm.
But yeah, what do you think?
I think, yeah, some people used to be like, what's taking so long? Like, it's been so long. You guys have been together so long. But then they forget that we were together in high school. So it's just kind of different. Like, yeah, we were together for so long, but we kind of were together while we were young and we needed like some time to grow together and make sure it actually worked. Because a lot of times people grow apart. So we were like, yeah, like we've been together for so long, but it's kind of a different thing than if you started dating at 25 and you were together for 7 years. And at that point, you're in your 30s. You know what I'm saying? Like my parents were together for 6 months and they got engaged. So I just think everyone's like, yeah, live for different. Everyone has a different timeline, but I was ready. We're going to be getting married when we're 25. I would say that's a really solid age to get married.
Yeah, and also I feel like you need to feel it in the relationship. Like if you're not ready to propose or to get engaged, like don't do it. You should never rush into it. You should never feel forced to do it. And I just feel like we've also been living together for 3 years, and I could see living together as a make or break in every relationship. And I definitely recommend living with your partner before getting engaged. Just, I mean, obviously, if like comes, it's like you can't religiously or
Yeah.
whatever it is. But I recommend it just because like living with someone, they're a different person than just hanging out with them. You could have multiple sleepovers a week, but it's a lot different than sharing your own space rather than them coming over to your house or what you going to theirs. Living together, you really need to figure out how to do chores together, how to really balance life. And I feel like once we started living together, we were like, okay, this is like the best thing ever. We're best friends and we have sleepovers like every night. Like, so it's just how you feel in the relationship, and everyone's going to be in different life stages. We have friends that got married when they were 18. We have friends that got married when they're like 35.
Yeah.
So it just really depends on you and your relationship, I would say.
Yeah, it's just whatever works for you and like how you feel.
And be very mindful about judging people for their age, because you're not in that relationship. You're not there every single day. You don't know what they talk about. You don't know what they go through. So don't ever tell someone that they're too young to get engaged or they're too old to be. I mean, I don't think people say
Yeah.
it.
Yeah, everyone is so different. Like you said, we have friends that got married when they were 18, 19, and they are so happy, so healthy. And I'm sure people could have said they were too young,
Oh, for
but
sure.
it's worked out for them. It's just, yeah, never judge on someone's relationship and their timeline because everyone is so different.
Yeah.
What do you do if your partner has a hobby that you hate?
That is such a
Yo.
good one. I just feel like that's so relatable. And that kind of goes into what we were saying about like living with someone. You know what I'm saying? Just because like if you hang out with them, you don't know necessarily what their hobbies are. Like, yeah, they talk about it, but you don't know if it's just like, oh,
Firsthand.
yeah, like a crazy. I don't even know. I don't even
I
know.
feel like a common one is gaming. Like I
Yeah.
feel like a lot of men game
Mhm.
and the girlies they're like what's going on? Let's
Most
hang
girlies,
out.
yeah.
Yeah. Um so yeah, I feel like that's a common one. What would you do if I had a hobby that you hated?
See, that's the thing. It's just about being like open and compromising. A relationship is all about compromising. You're not the only one in the relationship, so it's also how much you care about the other person. If you care about their feelings, their thoughts, like if this hobby annoys them, then try and do that hobby a little less or try and find a different hobby. You shouldn't base your whole life around that person, though. You should still do things that make you happy, but also if that hobby is negatively affecting your life.
I was gonna say because some hobbies are like bad
Yeah,
for the
I would
person.
say those are bad habits rather
Well,
than
I would
I don't know.
like gambling is technically a hobby, and that's not a positive hobby.
Yeah.
And but I would say like say it's a girl and she said my boyfriend is addicted to pickleball
Yeah, like
and I hate it.
that's like I completely understand because, pickleball probably takes a lot of time out of their relationship and, he could be playing pickleball 8 hours a day. I know people like that. So it just really, it's a really sticky situation. And you kind of got to ask yourself, like, is this hobby going to make or break our relationship? And if it's to the point where that hobby is, you can't even stand it, you can't even look at your partner and be like, bro, all I can see is pickleball. Then, you got a lot of questions to ask yourselves, but some advice is just compromising and trying to openly talk to them about it. But the thing is they can get very defensive because if it's like an emotional connection, then it can be, quickly turn into a fight. But just trying to be very like understanding and not judgmental. I feel like that's really good.
Yeah, I feel like if that partner's hobby is taking up time away from you guys spending with each other, not just because you just hate it as a hobby, I would say try the hobby.
Oh, that's a good one.
Like, have you tried doing
Yeah.
this activity with this person? Because that, I don't know, who knows? Maybe you could love it or maybe you could just tolerate it and then it still can be something you guys do together. But if it is something that you've tried and you hate it, then I think just kind of putting a boundary, like,
Yeah, I agree. Try to understand like why they're so in love with that hobby, basically, because at the end of the day, yeah, you're right. You could fall in love with it too. But again, there's not much you can do other than just being like open and talking to them about it, because also let's just say that person that had that hobby hasn't been in a relationship in a long time. They forgot what it was like to
share time.
share time with another person. So it's also about getting comfortable and like, balance essentially.
Also, too much of a good thing is a bad thing.
Like if they're, you know,
Addicted.
I don't want to say gaming, like, because sometimes gaming is like a good way to,
Decompress.
yeah, exactly. Like relieve stress and stuff. But if, they're gaming 24/7 and they don't really have anything else like going for them, it's just, they're going to need a serious conversation.
That's a negative hobby.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's all of the questions. If you guys want to be included into the next episode, make sure you go follow the Instagram so you can submit.
At Call Me After Podcast.
Yes, Call Me After Podcast. Also, we have a TikTok. We have 4 followers, so maybe go check it out.
But yeah, we really hope you guys enjoyed this episode. This one felt a lot more like natural, better pacing. Again, we're just getting used to it. So, yeah, thank you guys so much for listening in or watching on YouTube. We love you guys. And remember to follow our social media so you can talk to us because we're going to be very active in answering your guys' questions or anything you guys want to talk to us about.
Yes. Should we say our goodbyes?
Yeah. You want to go first?
You go first.
All right, Emily. It was really nice talking to you. I'll call you soon, I guess. Next week, Sunday?
Next week. Yeah. Just call me after. Hang up that phone. Bye, guys.
Bye.